ASMR. All things ASMR. This is my first video on the channel here, so this is going to be fun. We're going to just explore the world as Google has discovered it, along with some somewhat unintentional keyboard and mouse sounds. That's mouse sounds, not mouth sounds. Well, by consequence of being a whispering video, there will be mouth sounds, but you know what I mean. So, we're just going to explore today. I'm just going to see where we end up and see what lies in various parts of the world. Not really going in with any plan today, so let's just see what we have here. Let's take a look at Estonia. Estonia. Perhaps as my viewer base increases, I can look at some of your towns and some of your cities, if you like. But for now, we'll just find some random places in the world and see what there is. Perhaps even talk about the history and geography of the country as I know of it. I have to admit, I do not know much about Estonia. I've picked up a little bits and pieces here and there, but let's just take a look. Let's see what it looks like. Let's find a town. Tartu seems a little too large. Let's go somewhere smaller. Let's go to Foru. Not really sure how that's supposed to be pronounced, but that's okay. Okay. Pretty unassuming. Interesting. Let's take a look at this town square here. Take a look at the town square. I assume that's what this is. Yes, very good. Oh wow. What is that? I think those are benches. I think. Let's walk over there. Oh. We are not where we once were. We are not where we once were. Let's go look. Let's go back. Let's see what we can do. Where'd it go? Let's go. Oh. Okay, I see. So they are these. Maybe they're not benches. What are these? What in the world? If anyone from Estonia watches this video, it is a bench. Wow, this is very interesting. Very cool. I'm not sure what to think about these. Just wheels. That's pretty cool though. Having a shade over a bench is a pretty good idea. It seems like most of the time when I find a bench to sit down on after I'm really tired from walking, I'm just getting beaten down by the sun. So it's nice to have a shade of your bench here, as unusual as that looks. Very interesting. So we're off to a good start here, finding some unique sights and sounds. Okay. It's a nice church there. I like that. Very good. Let's take a look at this restaurant. What's it called here? Pizza Olive. Pizza Olive. Let's see what the food looks like. those look really good. That one, maybe a little less so. We're starting to get into European pizza territory, which is often a little bit unusual. We'll leave it at that. Unusual. Unless it's from Italy, a lot of European pizzas seem to be a little strange. I could see that being good, I guess. Some sort of, I forget the name for it, but there's some kind of thinly sliced ham. I think that's like that, but I can't recall the name. But the more I look at it, the more appealing it does seem. But maybe that's just Stockholm Syndrome or something, who knows. Wow, that looks, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Looks like some sort of like cannoli, but maybe like with egg or some sort of savory filling. It's interesting looking. Well, okay, interesting. Mascot. Mrs. Olive, I guess. That looks pretty good. Alright, I am so far impressed with Pizza Olive's pizzas. Okay. Alright, well, that was Pizza Olive. Okay, let's continue on. Let's see what else is in here. Let's find like a hotel. Sometimes hotels will be very pretty looking on the inside. That one looks kind of boring. $47 a night, though, that's pretty good. What else do we have? There was one I first saw. Here we go, right on the water. That looks cool. Let's check it out. Hotel Tembula. Hotel Tembula. Hotel Tembula. Let's take a look at the rooms. $90 a night, a little more expensive, but still not terrible. Okay, I don't know if I would pay $90 a night for this. Doesn't look bad or unsafe or anything, but although I suppose for being right on the water, it's certainly not bad at all. Shower. Interesting design with just the curtain going all the way around and nothing coming up to block water. But I guess you just can't get and start doing dances in the shower. Not that I do that a lot, of course. Ooh, that's very nice, very nice. See, they got it even roped off with some lights shining on it. Nice little kind of a banquet area. Interesting. Little swan design with the towels. I've never seen that before. Although the more I look at it, the more it looks like a tongue. But maybe that's just me, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a swan, but it kind of looks like a tongue, like a big, long cow's tongue. Okay. This is the Hotel Tembula. The Hotel Tembula. Very nice. Let's see what some of the more natural areas. Let's see if we can find any like national parks of Estonia. National parks of Estonia. Google seems to be loading a little bit slower today. Let's turn off that for now. Okay. Let's see a couple. That one's still in with Estonia. Yes, let's try. Let's try this one. I'm not too familiar with the geography of Estonia, but let's see if we can get familiar with it. So it looks like we're on the border of two counties, Valga County and Pori County. So we were just in Pori, the city. Okay. Let's see if any vacationers or tourists have taken any photos. Okay. Let's take a look. us out of there. Okay. That was not what I intended to do. Google is very slow today. Very slow today. Very slow today. That got turned back on. Alright, well let's go back. I don't remember exactly where we were, but we're down in Latvia. Whoops. Here we go. Let's try this. Estonia does not seem to have too much in the way of exotic scenery, but that's just on my first glance. I have not, of course, seen the whole country yet. But let's see what else we have. This city was very beautiful. I really liked the city with the weird benches. Those were very nice. Beautiful church and town square. Well done, city planners. Okay, let's just pop down on a random road and see what it looks like. This looks interesting. That's nice. I like that. The trees. I think those are some sort of birch tree, but I'm not a tree expert, so I don't know for sure. Seems nice though. Large home or barn over there. Let's check it out. Been blocked from going further. There we go. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's take a look at the beach. The beaches of Estonia. Let's see, I don't know what a major beach town would be. Let's find out. Maybe down here. Let's take a look at this. Nasva. 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 Let's see what Nasva looks like. Some sort of pier platform. Oh, this is some sort of just shipping port for some boats. Let's see what it looks like. Alright. Interesting. Some wind turbines right on the water. That's very cool. Very cool. Got a classic Google Street View Rift right there. Google Street View Rift. Sometimes you see this pop up, especially in Albania. Albania has a lot of rifts if you look straight up in the sky. It's kind of cool with the blue. Don't know if that's just some error with the camera on top of this person or this camera, but that's interesting looking. Or maybe the sky of Estonia is just normally that blue. I think their flag is kind of like that, like a blue and black and white. Very nice. I've always liked the flag of Estonia. I think that's their flag. Let me check. Let's double check the flag of Estonia. Whoops. I was hoping they would show it here. Maybe we have to go find the Capitol building. Looks like Tallinn. Let's go find the flag of Estonia. I've always liked their flag. I bet they have it right in here. They better. some countries don't like to, maybe not don't like to, but don't put as much of an emphasis on flags. There are many countries, like my country, America, which we love our flags. We love waving our flag anywhere that we can, or any kind of patriotic event. And you'll see American flags on cars. People have tattoos of the American flag. And other countries like Italy or Australia, countries like that, and Romania, Colombia, you tend to see those flags a lot more. But there's many countries like Japan, or as I'm seeing here, Estonia. They don't seem to place much of an emphasis on flags and what it means to be patriotic for that country. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but I do think it is interesting. It is very interesting, the place that a flag has in a country's culture and what it means to be patriotic. Different countries express their patriotism in different ways. It's fascinating, isn't it? Let's take a look here. Maybe we can find one here. Oh, wow. That's very cool. Very cool. Love these. I wonder if these are intended to look old or if they really are old. I'm not sure. That is very cool. Brums. Looks like a boutique clothing store. A lot of children's clothes. Interesting. Some more flags. I don't think that's Estonia's flag, though. McDonald's. We love McDonald's. Some sort of Irish pub. It's very interesting. I'm very impressed with Estonia's cities so far, from what I have seen. Very clean looking. Looks like there's a lot to do. And a lot of people out and about enjoying the city, and this is a very recent this is 2014, but back there it was 2024. Wow, look at this. A bustling summer day in Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia. 2014, 11 years ago. Very nice. Very blurry today. Google has been a little bit slow today. I apologize. I bet the weather here is fantastic. Lots of flowers. Beautiful architecture. Yeah, like I said, I'm very curious to see how old these structures really are, or if they're just intended to look old. I almost think they're just intended to look old, but these parts do look a little more original, but who knows? Beautiful street, wow. Very beautiful street. Okay, I think that scratches my itch with Estonia. Let's go find somewhere else. Before we end the video, let's go find somewhere else. Let's do something a little bit different than Estonia. Guess we never did find that beach area, but that's okay, maybe next time. Let's deselect Estonia. Maybe we'll return to them in a later video. Let's go somewhere with a different vibe. So many options. There's so many places in the world. It's really amazing. Let's go to Peru. I feel like going to Peru. Let's look at the capital city of Lima. I believe Lima is the capital capital city. Yeah, that appears to be the case. A lot of there's many countries that the biggest city and the most well-known city is not the capital. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Lima. Very tan and brown. Very tan and brown. Let's take a look here at this beach highway. Let's see what it looks like. Oh wow. Some sort of tarp to likely, I guess, protect from rockfall, rock slides. Very hazy day. I thought that was a skyline in the distance, but it was just the Google copyright logo. Very hazy day in Lima, Peru on April 2024. Okay, this is pretty low. We can't really see much. Let's try somewhere else. Let's look at this town square. I've always thought that town square is a very good place to just kind of get the vibe of places. If it'll let me select this, there we go. Even if it is a little bit overly landscaped and much nicer than the rest of the city, you can still kind of get a vibe for the atmosphere of the city. Okay, not much going on here. Interesting. Like a playground. Maybe this is not a town square. Some sort of just park that looked interesting. Let's see what else we can find. Whoops. Okay. Let's find a restaurant with some good Peruvian food. How about that? Peruvian food is very delicious. Very delicious. I've not eaten Peruvian food a lot, but all the times I have loved eating Peruvian food. Peruvian food is amazing. Let's look inside. El Tronco. Don't know what that means. Restaurant. Pacantera. Per el gusto más exigente. That's interesting. It's a man enjoying some soup. Let's mute that just so it doesn't accidentally play. Ooh, that looks amazing. Some steak strips and some plantains, I assume, some French fries, some very, very, very good looking rice. That rice looks very good. Looks like some steamed onions, or maybe those are caramelized onions, but that looks delicious. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks interesting. Maybe some sort of strange egg, perhaps. Wow. I think those are fried crab legs. Fried crab legs, and then some unfried crab legs. That's very, very unique. Or maybe that's yuca. No, yuca. Yeah. Don't know. I'm not super familiar with Latin American food, but could be interesting. We have some sort of corn cob and a pink drink. I don't know if that's supposed to be a dessert or a salad, but it looks interesting. I don't know if I would eat it, but although I am curious what that tastes like. Okay. Peruvian food is very interesting. I don't know what any of this is. I can tell that's rice, onions, and steak. And I think that might be a potato, but I don't know what this is. Maybe that's more potato, but I don't know what this green stuff is. And I see an egg and an olive. Some beans. It looks like it would be very filling. Very filling. Wow, that's a large restaurant. That looks very, very good. I would eat that in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. I would eat that in a heartbeat. Looks like some sort of animal with the skin still on it. Interesting. Okay. Let's go. Let's exit Lima. Let's exit Lima. Let's find somewhere more in the desert. I believe this is the Atacama Desert. The Atacama Desert is a very unique looking desert I have found. I always love exploring the Atacama Desert on Google Earth and Street View. Let's go down here. Let's go right up here. I can apologize for the lagginess of the Google Earth today. Let's check this out. Let's end the video on a very pretty, beautiful note with the southern area of Peru. I believe this is the start of the Atacama Desert, if I remember. Maybe I'm way off, but wow. Very nice. It's very beautiful. Let's go over here before we hit Chile and Bolivia. Actually, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's go look at Amate. Little mountain town, apparently. Very laggy today. Very laggy today. Let's try somewhere else. Oh, there we go. That's not cooperating with us today, so let's try part of this road, and we'll end the video there. We'll end the video there. Excellent. Oh, perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, at least. A lot of people don't really like barren desert areas, but I really like them. I think it's got its own type of beauty. Look at that. It's very cool. Very nice. Very dusty and dirty. I'm getting thirsty just looking at this dry and barren desert. Well, thank you all for tuning in, whoever chose to tune in. This was All Things ASMR. This was my first video on the channel. I would really hope to do some Bible reading or some Bible commentary reading. I'm looking forward to doing that. I have to get some camera and microphone things set up before I do that. This was pretty easy to do since it's just on my computer. But hopefully we'll have that coming somewhat